Dems collide, Ogre attack, AIPAC cash and abolish ICE fury in Michigan. A heated Democratic Senate debate in battleground Michigan recently exposed deep rifts within the party just a week before a crucial primary election. The showdown featured candidates El-Sayed and Stevens, sharpening their arguments over who can best represent Michigan and defeat their Republican opponent in November. One of the most explosive moments centered on El-Sayed's controversial Ogre on a pike remark. Pressed on whether he regretted the comment, which drew backlash, El-Sayed stood by it, clarifying it wasn't aimed at Stevens. Instead, he revealed it was directed at Senator John Fetterman, accusing the Pennsylvania Democrat of abandoning his campaign values. Stevens later offered a pointed response, dryly thanking him for clarifying she wasn't the Ogre. The controversy first emerged from a donor meeting where El-Sayed reportedly discussed using his primary victory to push the Democratic Party further left, aiming to put one Ogre on a pike, and then everyone else gets the message. Some Democrats, including a fellow Michigan representative, condemned the remark as violent and vulgar, with others connecting it to broader accusations of sexism in the race. Another major flashpoint was the influence of outside money, specifically from pro-Israel groups like AIPAC. The moderator repeatedly questioned Stevens about whether over $46 million in AIPAC-related spending would sway her actions in office. Stevens firmly denied this, defending her support for a two-state solution and asserting her commitment to long-term peace. El-Sayed, however, claimed the spending represented a fundamental difference between them, alleging AIPAC-backed groups supported Stevens because they knew she'd be a reliable vote. He linked the funding directly to Stevens' vote for aid to Israel, arguing that money sent to kill kids and women is the worst use of our tax dollars. He added that the U.S. shouldn't fight stupid wars that AIPAC wants us to fight. Stevens countered that outside groups supported both campaigns, accusing El-Sayed of benefiting from a super PAC partly funded by his father-in-law. Financial transparency also became a battleground. Stevens repeatedly questioned El-Sayed about his refusal to release full tax returns, despite earning around $300,000 in outside income. She accused him of hawking junk healthcare cures and questioned who was putting money in his pocket, portraying him as more interested in national celebrity than representing Michigan. El-Sayed defended himself, stating he had released all required financial disclosures and called the issue a distraction. Stevens, calling herself the only non-millionaire in this race, warned that El-Sayed's finances could provide ammunition for Republicans in the general election. Beyond personal attacks, the candidates clashed on policy. El-Sayed strongly opposed the legislative filibuster, calling it anti-democratic. He argued its elimination would pave the way for progressive policies like expanding union protections, aggressive antitrust enforcement, a wealth tax, and Medicare for all, stating that the filibuster and money in politics are the biggest risks to democracy. The future of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, revealed another sharp divide. Stevens called ICE a rogue agency and championed efforts to redirect $70 billion allocated to it towards health care and local communities. She accused ICE of abusing its power and frightening immigrant families. El-Sayed went further, labeling ICE tyrannical and advocating for its complete abolition, asserting that it normalizes paramilitary force on our streets. He accused Stevens of hypocrisy, claiming she had previously voted to increase ICE funding. When questioned if Abolish ICE carried similar baggage to defund the police, El-Sayed argued a replacement agency could still enforce immigration laws and secure the border. Stevens dismissed his approach as complaints and slogans rather than concrete solutions, highlighting her own efforts to reform the agency through Congress. This Michigan debate clearly demonstrated the significant ideological fault lines running through the Democratic Party as they head into a pivotal election season.